I want to talk about on the vehicle you're purchasing today is your warranty. I know your salesperson probably did a phenomenal job of going over the details of the warranty of the vehicle you're purchasing today, but I want to go over some of the more intricate details. A lot of times I get to experience because some of the work I get to do with customers after their vehicle purchase. Now, Hunter, when we talk about the warranty that comes from the manufacturer on the vehicle you're purchasing, there's a couple little details. And two of the things are I like to make it simple and break it down in two different categories. And that's going to be items that are covered and then items that are not covered. Before we get started into both of those, we always want to make sure a couple of different things. One, you do have a 3-year, 36,000 mile, very limited, comprehensive coverage from the manufacturer. You aware of how comprehensive works, Hunter?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. You also have a 5-year, 60,000 mile, very limited powertrain. And we'll get more into that in detail as well. But before we get started on those, I want to again break it down. When we talk about covered, it's really quite simple. It's going to be items that are defective, so defects. If you look in your warranty manual from the manufacturer, it's going to say what's covered, or what's covered is going to be defects. And that is going to be items that are built or installed incorrect. So the manufacturer has built the vehicle wrong, put on a bad part, or they've put on good parts, they've just built them incorrectly, put them on in conjunction improperly with each other, so they're not functioning as they should. Hunter, any questions on covered and defective?
Nope.
Perfect. Hunter, when we get over to not covered, the first thing I always want to talk about, because it's one of the most important things, is going to be your maintenance. Okay? Now, Hunter, reason why I say your maintenance and why I start there first is because of a couple things. Is this right here. Hunter, when you think of powertrain, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Engine.
Engine, possibly transmission, okay? Most of my customers say the exact same thing, engine or transmission, maybe both. They say, hey, I popped the hood, those items that are underneath it, that's what's covered. Unfortunately, that's where the limited portion comes in, and that's the part where I always make sure we're very clear with our customers. Your limited portion is going to be items that touch lubrication. Going to be your oils, your oil changes, your transmission fluid, any fluid flushes, things like that. So the only thing that's going to be covered on your powertrain is internally lubricated items, items that touch that. Those components are about 12% of your vehicle's covered components. 12% of your vehicle's coverage will fall underneath the powertrain. The other 88% is going to fall over here. So again, there's no amount of maintenance you or I can do for these 3 years 36 items, the comprehensive items. That's why the manufacturer does take the powertrain portion, the 12% out, a little bit longer, because there's preventative items we can do to it. So any questions on what the limited portions are of your powertrain, Hunter? Mm-mm. Okay, not a problem. Next thing I always make sure we talk about is going to be your exterior and your interior. Now, obviously, most of us know that the paint isn't going to be covered, things that we get on the outside of the vehicle. Now, you are going to have a corrosion coverage. So if there is corrosion or damage to the vehicle from the inside of the vehicle out, that will be covered by the manufacturer. That would fall over on the covered. But items get on the exterior and interior vehicle, those are not going to be covered by the manufacturer. It's going to be considered normal wear and tear. Windshield. Now, the actual windshield cosmetically is not going to be covered by the manufacturer, but the really good news is you are going to have a portion of your windshield that will fall over on the covered portion. And that is going to be, since the vehicle is brand new, Hunter, it's going to be for 12 months, 12,000 miles. And we call that the adjustment period. Are you familiar with the adjustment period? Mm-mm. The adjustment period is absolutely wonderful. So if you notice that something is coming in through the windshield, any of the other windows, the rear window, as far as water, wind noise, items like that. So you go through a car wash or in driving in the rain. If you notice something comes in, bring that to us immediately. We'll get that fixed for you, because again, that's going to fall in the adjustment period. Those types of things you're going to know early on if there's possibly a problem with the way the vehicle was built from the manufacturer. But again, chips, cracks, things like that, those would be our responsibility. Keys and remotes. keys and remotes are not covered because they can be separated from the vehicle, but they are so important that we know that this is not covered because they are expensive these days. Back in the day, the key and remote was just a simple piece of metal that you could actually go to the hardware store and have cut there when you need a duplicate key for your car. Doesn't work that way, as you may know. Have you recently had any situation where you've lost a key or remote?
I have not.
Don't. Stay away from it, okay? Avoid it at all costs. It's costly. So keys and remotes are not covered. Dents and dings. Now the thing that I love about Cable Dahmer is your first dent or ding is on us. That's part of the Cable Dahmer difference. So your first dent or ding, when you do get that, again, as far as the dent and ding, it cannot be more than 4 inches and cannot crack the paint because it's going to be done with paintless dent repair. So very important. But again, we want to make sure that that first dent or ding that you bring it to us, possibly maybe need your oil change, something like that if you come across that, and we'll get that taken care of for you. Tires and wheels. Now your tires and wheels, obviously, they're going to be considered wear and tear because they touch the road. You are going to have some coverage on your tires from the manufacturer of the tire. And my best suggestion and recommendation is if you ever have a situation where you feel like you have faulty tires, immediately get it to our service department so our service department can assess that and see if it's a situation where we get that claimed underneath there. Now, Hunter, everybody that buys this vehicle gets the exact same warranty. How that warranty performs is really going to be based on your driving habits. Now, the average driver here in Kansas City is going to drive about 15 to 20,000 miles. Hunter, would you say that you're average or above average?
Probably average.
Probably average, so 15. Okay. Now, Hunter, based on your driving habits, when would the manufacturer's 3 years 36 comprehensive run out for you?
About 2 years-ish, a little over 2 years.
Yeah, I'd probably say the same. Hunter, do you have any questions about the manufacturer's warranty coverage and your responsibility? Any questions moving forward?
Mm-hmm.
All right, perfect. All right, Hunter. Last thing I want to review with you is obviously the survey that you see here is just a manufacturer survey. You're going to get a survey in the mail from the manufacturer asking how we did. Obviously, if we did not do a perfect, completely satisfied job, please let us know because we want to definitely make sure we've done that right. Now, more importantly than any survey that you're going to get from a manufacturer is true customer satisfaction. And here at Cable Dahmer, customer satisfaction is extremely important to us because we understand that the happier you are with your car buying experience, Hunter, the more likely you are to come back and buy more vehicles from us. Part of good customer satisfaction is to stay in touch with our customers, whether that be through your salesperson, our business development center, possibly even people like myself. And when we stay in touch with our customers, we get a lot of feedback over the years. A lot of positive feedback from our customers about today's purchase experience. But even those same customers that give us really positive feedback about today's purchase tend to give us some negative feedback about the ownership experience. Hunter, when I say negative ownership experience, possibly to give you an example is you've bought a lot of things in your life from tools, electronics, appliances. Hunter, in your experience, when do things typically have more problems? In the very beginning when you first got them home out of the box or years later after they had use and wear and tear?
Years later.
Hunter, you're 100% correct. That's exactly what every single one of our customers are going to say. Your vehicle is no different. In the very beginning, Hunter, there typically aren't any issues. But what our customers find is as time goes by, use, wear, and tear, they start to experience an unexpected expense and cost on their vehicle that they really just weren't prepared for. So what we've done as a dealership is we've helped our customers come up with a way to offset or completely eliminate a lot of the unexpected expenses they experience during vehicle ownership. So now, Hunter, what we're going to do is for the next 5 years, just bring your vehicle to us. We're going to take care of the high cost of oil. We're going to take care of the filter change, and we're going to do the maintenance on it for the next 5 years. All you've got to do is when that oil life monitor hits 20%, give us a call. We'll either come pick your vehicle up with Cable Dahmer Connect, or you can bring it into us and we'll take care of those and that expense. So no matter what the cost of that parts and labor go up for the next 5 years, we're going to take that expense, no expense from you out of your pocket. Also, we're going to now apply a protective coating to the exterior and interior vehicle to help protect it and maintain its value and maintain its shine, its luster, and its look. Better yet, though, if something does get on the exterior or interior of the vehicle, we're now going to take care of that for you for the next 5 years. So if there is damage to the paint, because overall, Hunter, We want, when you bring your vehicle back to us, have more value for your vehicle. How much nicer would it be if you knew when you come back, you're going to get $500 to $1,000 more for your vehicle when you come to trade it in? Yeah, exactly. That's why we do it. So if something does get on the inside or interior exterior of your vehicle, we're going to take care of that for you for the next 5 years, eliminating any of that cost and expense from your pocket. Hunter, windshields, I'm not sure if you experienced it recently. Windshields are extremely expensive. Glass is expensive. And the manufacturer, the reason why that is because of all the different items inside. There's sensors now. There's different electronics inside the glass now. So glass is extremely expensive to replace because it does so many things. Heads-up display, rain sensing windshields, other different electronic items. So glass has become very expensive. So when you get a chip or crack, that can be very pricey to replace. So for the next 3 years, we're now going to eliminate any of that cost and expense from you. And anytime you do get a chip or crack, let us know and we'll get that either fixed or replaced for you for the next 3 years. Hunter, same with your keys and remotes. Like we spoke about a little bit earlier, extremely expensive for keys and remotes these days because they are a computer that can be separated from the vehicle. Hunter, now in the situation, for whatever reason, you cannot find, you lose, you drop, you're damaged, can't get those keys back or they're ruined. For the next 3 years, I will replace your keys and remotes 2 per year and take on that cost and that risk for you. So that way you're not responsible for that financial repairing, replacing your key and remote. Same thing with your dents and dings, Hunter. Obviously the first one is on us, but after that, any dents or dings you get in the side body panel that don't crack the paint, let us know. We're gonna get that taken care of for you. Again, the key here is making sure that when you trade your vehicle back into us, it keeps as much of the value as we possibly can from the day you bought it. Again, keeping your vehicle looking nice while you own it, more enjoyable to drive, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely, and then also more value when you come to trade it in. Tires and wheels. Hunter, have you driven on the roads lately?
Yeah.
What are our roads like around here?
Terrible.
Absolutely. It costs a lot of money. Again, rubber is just like anything else these days. Wood, glass, everything. The price of it is extremely high. To replace your tires and wheels and a damage, if you hit a pothole, you hit something in the road, is extremely expensive. So Hunter, for the next 3 years, if you damage a tire or wheel, we're going to pay for the high cost of either the rubber or the wheel itself, and also the parts and labor that go with that, and we'll eliminate that cost and expense from you. Hunter, probably more important than anything is the vehicle itself. Obviously, as we talked about earlier, all the electronics and all the technologies in vehicles these today, vehicles that can drive themselves, vehicles that keep you from crashing into the car in front of you, from changing lanes. When one of those items go bad, the expense is extremely expensive these days. So now when your vehicle does break on the side of the road, I'm going to, one, pick you up on the side of the road, get you towed to the closest dealership. And then while your vehicle is in the shop getting repaired, I'm going to provide you something to drive so that you're not out of a vehicle. And then thirdly, when your vehicle's done in the service department being fixed, I'm going to pay for the high cost of parts and labor to get your vehicle out of the service department. And I'm going to take care of all that for you for the next 5 years or 75,000 miles, eliminating that cost and expense. Now, Hunter, everything I just discussed that we're going to take on the risk and responsibility for you is going to put your total overall vehicle payment at $926 and 32 cents for 72 months. Hunter, I just need your signature there for me.